Hi, everybody. It's Craig Hall. Welcome to Indiana Story. It's great to have you with us today. We are at an incredible spot. Natural history, I guess, is what you would call this a little bit. You hear the roar behind me. What is it? Come on over. Meet Jason, everybody. Jason, tell everyone where we are.
All right, this is Cataract Falls State Recreation Area, and it's the largest waterfalls in Indiana by volume.
Largest falls in Indiana, folks. Have you been here? I haven't. It's my first time. I can't believe it. This is an amazing sight. This is only half of the falls that we have behind us, right?
Right. This is the upper falls, and the lower falls is just a short distance downstream, and it's impressive too.
It's incredible, folks. It's a beautiful park located right here in Cataract, Indiana, which tell everyone, where is Cataract?
Cataract is in northern Owen County, just a few miles off of US 231.
US 231. We're down the road from Spencer, Indiana, I guess, as well, which is where your office is located, the Visitor Center for Owen County. Make sure you swing by and see Jason on your way out here to Cataract Falls. And there's a lot of history around the falls, not just the beauty, but a lot happened around here. What can you tell me?
Well, it was owned by the Steiner family from 1883 to 1952. And there was a flour mill here. There was also a sawmill. It was a resort with an inn and a racetrack. And then in 1952, the family donated it to the Department of Natural Resources for a park.
Racetrack, he said, folks. Quite a property out here.
Yes, it's been a popular destination for both tourists and local residents since the 1800s.
And you say there was a mill. Was the mill in this area?
It was. It was close to the falls, and it was a large mill. It was very prosperous back in the 1800s.
Pretty incredible, folks, the falls here. But there's more out here beyond that. Through the trees, what am I looking at over there?
The only remaining covered bridge in Owen County.
I love the covered bridges. We're very fortunate here in Indiana. We still have several incredible bridges. All right, so we've got the upper falls. The lower falls where are they around here?
They're just a short distance downstream. And there's a hiking trail in between the two falls, but you can also drive down there, and there's a nice parking lot.
I like to hike. Can we do it? Let's go, folks. All right, so we're on the trail. It's about how far to the other falls?
About 1 mile.
1 mile, not too bad, but as I look over, we've climbed a little bit. The water's gotten really low down there.
Yes, it's a nice deep canyon down in there, and a lot of nice scenery along the trail between the two falls.
Absolutely gorgeous, ladies and gentlemen. If you've not been here, I'm telling you now, you are missing out. This is spectacular, and we've only seen half of it.
Right. Yeah, it's a nice hike with a lot of breathtaking views. Yes.
Yeah, the fresh, crisp air out here smells wonderful as well. And here they are. Wow, wow, wow. Right over here. Oh, man, you've even got a crowd of folks here enjoying the falls. I see. You got some folks doing some artwork here. Is this a popular thing, I would assume?
I think the falls is a popular thing for painters and photographers both.
Well, let's come over here and take a little bit closer look if we can. And as you were saying, this is, well, it is. You can tell it's a little bit different.
Yes, it is.
It definitely feels a little wider right here, and the shelf, I guess, is what you would call that, where the water's falling, is pretty amazing.
It really is.
I love how it flows so far over the edge there. It just makes you want to swim in there, doesn't it?
I know, it looks very inviting, doesn't it?
Now, are people allowed to get in the water around here?
I don't think so, no.
It looks like it could be a little dangerous.
In this area, yes, it could be.
Well, it's an amazing sight here, the falls. We've seen the upper falls, the lower falls, and still, though, I want to go check out that bridge we were talking about. Okay, so here we've made it to the bridge, not too far from the falls, right above the falls, but wow, amazing. And this is a special kind of bridge, right? It was,
Smith Truss Type 3, and it's one of only 6 in Indiana.
and this one was actually still open to traffic until what year?
1988.
Wow, that's amazing. And now they use it for what?
Right. Since 1988, it's been part of the park, so the DNR has restored the bridge over the years.
What do I see inside there?
Picnic tables.
A great shelter house now.
Right.
It's amazing. Can we go inside?
Yeah, let's check it out.
And then if I look around inside here, I see that people like to leave their names apparently on the walls.
They do. That seems to be a popular thing to do here.
Wow, what an amazing structure, folks, right here. Oh, and they have windows even in the side of the bridge looking out towards the falls. What a great view. It's so calm right here. If you only knew it was 100 feet down the river.
Right. Yeah, it's a great view of the canyon.
Breathtaking here, folks. Perfectly framed with this window on the side of this bridge. Cataract Falls is something else. And thanks for sharing this with us today, Jason. This is an amazing spot. And as you were saying, it's one that a lot of people don't really know about.
That's true. It's somewhat of a hidden gem. We really appreciate you featuring this beautiful place.
Well, it is incredible, I'll tell you that. But this is not all there is in Cataract.
That's right. There's more to see.
Yeah, folks, we're going to leave the falls now, head down the road, and Jason's got some really interesting spots to take us to. A lot of Cataract history here on Indiana Story. Let's go.
Still shining bright through the sycamores for me. The new malt hay sends all its fragrance from the fields I used to roam.
Well, here it is. We made it here. As you called it, the village of Cataract is where we are.
Yes.
We made it to the schoolhouse.
Yes, it's a very historic schoolhouse built in 1886.
And it's, well, I guess there's a one-room schoolhouse, right? You can tell. But now it's what?
Well, now it's a schoolhouse museum. They still have some of the old school desks, and they have the chalkboards. It's also a community center, and it's a seasonal ice cream shop.
Ooh, ice cream. Everyone loves ice cream.
Yes, the ice cream is delicious. You don't want to miss it.
Cataract Schoolhouse, 1880. Oh, and they've got the bell even still. Look at that. Yes, I love that. This is an amazing little site here. And it's open to the public. It's not open now, unfortunately, folks. But you can take a tour of the schoolhouse. They have regular hours. So when you make it over to the village of Cataract, you've got to stop in here and learn about the schoolhouse history and try the ice cream. And they have so many other things over here. It's almost like a little museum. We've got, I see a cabin. I see a shelter house. I see wagons. I see a little bit of everything here taking me back in time.
Yes, they have a variety of different things, and they have community events out here.
Behind me here, I see a cabin and a wagon and just the little sites everywhere.
It really is a unique experience coming to Cataract. It's like a step back in time with the schoolhouse and the general store and the covered bridge.
It is. It's really amazing. And talking to the general store, which is really where we want to go. And I see it just dead ahead. Let's make a move over to the general store. This store has been standing here for quite some time.
Yes, it was built in 1860, and it's always been a store.
Wow, 1860, folks. Dead ahead, the Cataract General Store. We're going to head over. We're going to meet the owner. Jason's going to introduce us, and we're going to get a tour and hear all about the Cataract General Store. But along the way, look at this, folks, another gem that you'll find around Indiana. Some of these incredible old barns still standing. This thing is amazing. You know anything about this?
I don't know the history of this barn, but it's definitely got some age on it. Very historic.
You look at the lumber, and you just wonder when these were milled. These planks. It's They're old.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of craftsmanship went into building these old barns.
They're pretty amazing. Pretty amazing stuff. Well, here we are crossing the main street of Cataract, I'm assuming. Cataract Road.
Yes, this is the main street through the village.
How many people live in the village?
You know, I don't know the exact population. That'd probably be a good question for Kathy.
All right, well, we're going to meet Kathy right now, folks. Join us. We're going to come right inside here to the general store. Jason, I want to thank you for your time today. I know you've got to take off. You got a big meeting to get to.
Well, thank you, Craig, and thanks for coming to Cataract.
Oh, we're having a great time, and we're just getting started, folks. We're about to go into the...
Cataract General Store.
Yeah, and that's what we really want to see. Again, thanks a lot, Jason. Look for Jason at the Visitor Center. You can find him in Spencer, and he's got all the info. But here we are, Kathy. This is the owner of the general store, Kathy Kuntz. Great to meet you.
Great to meet you, too.
Been looking forward to coming here now for, I don't know, what, I talked to you a month ago at least?
Around then.
Yeah, I've been dying to get over here, folks. This is an amazing place. Some of the history we're going to get into when we get inside. But quickly, what's the short story on this place?
We're the oldest general store in the state. It was built in 1860, which is the same year Lincoln was elected, to put it in perspective.
Wow.
Here's the oldest picture of the store.
The top photo.
The top photo, we've uncovered what was left of the sidewalk, and the maple that's out here now is one of those little guys.
Holy cow, it's really grown. That just looks like a small little trunk. That is massive over there. Obviously over 100 years. Well, this is just a taste of it. Can we go in?
Sure, let's go.
Wow. I love it. It's a little bit of everything here. Now, don't you have a motto, if you can't find something in here, then...
You don't need it.
If you can't find something for yourself in here, then you probably don't need it. I see collectibles. I see a little bit of everything. How do we move through this store? Where should we start?
I try to have something for everybody. I have pop culture, antiques, local produce.
If we were to start the browse, what do we have over here?
I would start over there and work your way around.
So are these shelving, is this all original?
This is all original. If you look at old pictures of general stores, they pretty much all look the same. They all had the stove in the middle and the shelves on the side.
Oh, and I see the stove right in the middle. Still operating?
Still operating. That's our heat. The ladder right here was because people used to buy things by the pound, and you would just give your list to the clerk, and the clerk would collect it while you gossiped about your neighbors.
I love it. I love it. So the shelves are built in all the way around. I see.
They're hard as iron.
Yeah, local, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
I see a little bit of everything over here. I see toys. I see cookie jars. I see collectibles.
Yeah, we try to keep something for everybody, and if you need something that you've forgotten, we try to have something that will replace it or will do.
Who do you?
Campers.
Okay, I was gonna say, who do you think is like your main clientele throughout the year?
We owe a lot to Cataract Falls. We're lucky that we have them so close.
And an amazing site. We just were over at the falls, and breathtaking. Something that I'd never really truly appreciated, being a Hoosier.
Indiana's a beautiful state. It's very different from top to bottom.
It is, and I think that there's so many unique things here, like this store. Let's take a look around more. I want to see this stove. Is that stove original?
The stove is actually younger than the store. Oh. This is a Nubian Hot Blast. It's an Indianapolis Stove Company. The patent date's 1899. I'm sure it was high tech for its time. People ask us if it's for sale all the time, and we tell them, sure, we just need a furnace.
Okay, so you're using this still.
Yes.
Wow. Wood burning?
Yes.
What is your favorite thing in the store here?
I don't have a favorite. I have a top 10 probably.
Well, what's on that list?
I like the cookie jars. I like the cast iron.
How long have you owned this store?
8 years.
Now, when you took the store over, were a lot of these things here, or did you add to this collection?
No, this is all us. When we opened, I had about 3 things on every shelf.
Really? Really? So has it always operated as a general store in this manner?
As far as we know, the courthouse in Spencer burned down in the 70s, and a lot of records were taken then. But as far as we know, everything that we have seen, and we're the 15th owners.
15 owners and 162 years, folks. This store's been here. This store's got legs.
It does.
I love the old floor. Is this original?
This is actually new. The old floor, a lot of it wasn't savable, so we have used these boards. This is the old floor.
Oh, wow. So the flooring, you saved some of the original floor to create this countertop.
Right, and this was a shelf that still has the saw marks. We believe this was probably sawn at the mill at Cataract Falls.
We were just over there learning about the mill and looking at the old barn outside, trying to figure out when those were cut. They probably all came from that mill.
Yep. And then we also did these with the floorboards. A local man cut them out, and we made plaques out of them.
I love it. Those were really some thick floorboards.
Oh, yeah. It's a yellow poplar, which isn't, oh, I'm sorry, yellow pine, which isn't native to the area anymore. But the local flooring man was able to match it up pretty good.
Now, that's very interesting. So the native yellow pine is no longer available in the state. Did they cut it all down?
I assume so.
Wow. So not only is the history of the building here, but you've got the history of the lumber of the area built right in.
The area was mostly hardwoods, so I imagine pine would probably not be desirable back then.
Right, right. Wow. That's pretty amazing, folks. Let's take a look around at some of these other items you have in here. You said you have local produce, so just some local farmers in the area here?
Yes, and then we also have some canned goods from local people and some crafts. We have a local artist who does a lot of the drawings for us. The bridge up there, that's Nancy Lovelace.
Nancy Lovelace, very nice. Local artist. We did see a couple of painters when we were at the falls today.
Yeah.
It looks like how can you not want to capture it? It was beautiful. What is the story with the tiger head?
Well, that is for people who want trophy mounts. The endangered species gets to keep his head, and they get a lovely wall mount.
I love it.
Everybody wins.
You got movie posters. I see you've even got the Clark Gable fan. Star Trek figures. You've got everything in here, ladies and gentlemen. Really, if you have some shelf space at home, you need to stop in here. What are some other your favorite things in here? What do we have in this glass case in the middle? That looks interesting.
That has a lot of the paperweights and green or the blue glass and the brown glass are made in Indiana up near Kokomo, St. Clair, and Greentown glass.
Now, is that antique glass?
Yes, some of it can date anywhere from 1890s to the 1940s, 50s.
Wow.
St. Clair, I believe, is still in business.
Wow, amazing, amazing. Love the duck collection, but I'll tell you what, I keep seeing one theme around here: Smurfs.
We have them.
I see Smurfs here. I see Smurfs over there.
We have Smurf raisins.
Who's the Smurf fan here?
Not me.
I love them. I love them. And this
There's
glass.
people just like anything. I like the salt and pepper shakers.
Yeah, those are fun. You get a lot of probably collectors come through here.
Yes, and that's the thrill of the hunt. You can find just about anything online now, but to me it's just not the same.
No, it's not. It's not. You got to get in there and dig through it all.
This cabinet, actually, we bought this from the last owner, and when I was cleaning it off, I got down to the middle and found the label. That's an Indianapolis cabinet company that closed in 1904.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I see the label.
Original glass. the wavy glass.
That is incredible. Closed in 1904, so this thing could be, who knows, this could be 150 years old easily.
Well, between the stove and this cabinet, we think the turn of the century was probably pretty good to the store.
Yeah. So at that time, can you tell me about the area? What was the area like then?
It was a little railroad town. There was a spur of the Monon right down here, and there was also an inn at the falls and a horse racing track.
We had just learned that there was a track out here, and looking forward to seeing some photos of that. But
I have not found any. I've not been able to find much information about it, but I haven't devoted a lot of time to it either.
so, horse racing, waterfalls, the general store. I mean, there was a lot going on out here.
Yes, there was.
What an experience in here, and I love how you've set the tone with the music. It's fantastic. Well, this is an amazing, amazing stop in the village of Cataract. I'm learning the village of Cataract now.
Yes, I've read an article about the falls area was considered a different area than the town of Cataract. And it's hard to imagine now that that little walk was considered two totally different places.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it was long of a drive to get here.
No, my neighbor, we live right down the road, and my neighbor, when I was walking down the road, she would say, "Oh, are you going to town?" when I was coming down here to the general store.
Well, there is a town. We've got the general store. We've got the old schoolhouse. And what else?
You're in the heart of the business district.
That's it. That's the village of Cataract, folks. And it's a must-see. You've got to get to Cataract. You've got to go by the falls. Incredible natural beauty. But then you come into town and you really discover some of Indiana's story right here at the Cataract General Store. Kathy, you've been great. Thank you so much for having us here
Thank
today.
you.
And
I'd like to let people know that the long stone house at Cataract Falls is now a B&B too. So if you are looking for some place to stay, it's really nice.
so you don't have to camp now. You can actually have a room here.
Camp, there's several campgrounds in the area. There's several B&Bs. There's cabins. If you're looking for a place to go for the weekend, it's a different world.
It is, folks, a different world. And again, thank you so much for having us here today. This place is amazing, truly part of Indiana's story. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Make it to the village of Cataract. If you got one thing to do this weekend, it's that. We'll see you there. Thanks for joining us.
Back home again in Indiana, and it seems that I can see the gleaming candlelight still shining bright through the sycamores for me. The new mode hay sends all its fragrance from the fields I used to roam. When I dream about the moonlight on the wall, babe, then I'm longing for my